Good morning, dear students. Today I'm going to explain the poem The Beggar Maid. Children, the poem Beggar Maid is written by Lord Tennyson. Firstly, I would like to tell you something about the poet. Children, Lord Tennyson was a British poet. He was the most renowned poet of the Victorian era. He has written many famous poems, and today we will study about one of his poems called The Beggar Maid. It is a poem based on a story of an African king named Kafutua, who once was looking out of a palace window and he witnessed a young beggar. Beggar means someone who lives by asking people for money or food. By seeing the beauty of that beggar maid, he had fallen in love for her at first sight, and he decided that he would either hate the beggar as his wife or commit suicide. Children, in this poem we will come to know how the king and the beggar maid had their first conversation, and how the king proposes her to be his wife, the queen. So let's start the poem. In the very first stanza, when the beggar maid came forward, he set down her arms across her breast. She looked so beautiful, even in filthy or torn clothes. Her beauty cannot be expressed by the words. Means she was extremely beautiful. And she was barefooted when she came before the king Kafutua. Means she did not put on her slippers too. Her feet were without slippers. Means she was barefooted. In the second stanza, when king saw her from his palace window, he left the palace in robe. Robe means it's a kind of gown or a long loose piece of clothing. So he left the palace in robe and crown to meet her and greet her on her way. And all the ministers and courtiers praised her beauty and compared her beauty with the day. In the third stanza, the beauty of beggar maid is compared with the moon. As moon looks more brighter in clouded sky, in the same way her beauty shines more brightly in the poor and torn attires. Attire means clothes. Her ankles, eyes, dark hairs, and lovely appearance were praised by everyone. And the last stanza. In the last stanza, her beauty of face has been compared with the angel's grace. Means it is said that such a sweet face which had angel grace had never seen in that land before. Then, children, King Kafutua proposed the beggar maid. Means he had taken a royal oath. Oath means promise or a pledge that he would have the beggar maid as his wife, the queen. And they both married and lived happily ever after. I hope you like this poem, children. Please learn this poem for the recitation exam and its reference to context for the written exam. Thanks. Good morning, dear students. Today I'm going to explain the poem The Beggar Maid. Children, the poem Beggar Maid is written by Lord Tennyson. Firstly, I would like to tell you something about the poet. Children, Lord Tennyson was a British poet.